by this car on the freeway. But certainly we are seeing the suspect now just continue almost in a circle here, the same area, south of the 101 freeway, around Western and onto the little surface streets in that area, if you're familiar with that area. So we're still in Hollywood, and it looks like for the moment the suspect has slowed down a bit. It may be because there's some mechanical problems with the vehicle.
And Scott, we've seen the LAPD helicopter keep a steady spotlight on this driver in this pursuit. And a moment ago, you noted that the cruiser behind him or her, we're not sure the identity of the driver right now, had fallen off and so had stopped their pursuit because this driver was reaching such dangerous speeds. Are you seeing any more cruisers around the vehicle right now? Or is it just the helicopter now in pursuit?
They're in the vicinity, but they have backed off. You know, when the suspect went through that gas station, well, boy, look at that. Almost into oncoming traffic, not slowing to make that left turn. And those are types of things are so dangerous when you can have a possible head-on collision. But to answer your question, they have backed off right now, pretty much for the most part. But units are in the vicinity, and the helicopter is putting out information on what street, what speed, where they're turning. And right now, LAPD officers are obviously in this area waiting to see if it comes in their direction. Now, a pit maneuver would be possible only if the vehicle, the patrol car, was right behind this vehicle, and they're not. The other thing you can use is a spike strip, and in order to use a spike strip, you have to have some indication where the suspect is heading so you can get in front of him and throw out the spike strip. Now, the suspect has slowed a little bit. We haven't seen any patterns that would allow the LAPD to get set up. Are seeing a bit of a pattern, and that is we're staying in this one area of Hollywood, as I mentioned, south of the 101. We were on Mariposa a moment ago, so it's back on some of these same surface streets. So it'll be interesting to see what happens if they can sort of get an idea where the suspect is headed. Then they may be able to throw out a spike strip. But it's we really thought what we were seeing, the speeds earlier and the way they're hitting the speed bumps and going through those intersections, it really looked like the suspect may damage the vehicle. Oh, here he goes. He's getting out. If there was a passenger, they're not getting out, but the driver is out running. The night sun is overhead, going into a home or an apartment here, and we'll see if we can keep an eye on him. I did not see a passenger get out if there was one, and we certainly thought we saw one. And now you see LAPD with the night sun trying to see if they can't get the light on that suspect. And there he is. There goes the suspect. So they're doing a great job of following him, and it's unclear if there was a passenger, if they got out or not.
And do you see how many cruisers might be in this area directly around him as he's running? I know that
don't come off him. Don't come off him. The problem with doing that is if we do that, Tony, we're going to lose the suspect. So right now, we're going to try and stay on the suspect. If there's a cruiser right there, they're in the area. They're going to swarm this. They're going to have the suspect in custody here at any moment. You see the officers are getting out. It's behind that tree there, but he's still running. And there's another patrol car behind him, so they should have him in custody here in a moment. But boy, he is desperate to get away. He jumped over the other side, and boy, the LAPD officers are on this guy. This is tough work for them. They're running through the bushes, they're hopping fences, and you're chasing somebody that you don't know if they're armed or not. But yet, underneath that street there, which is an on-ramp to the 101 freeway, they are chasing him, and you see all the patrol cars on top. I think they'll have the suspect in custody at any moment, then we'll try and figure out whether or not there was a second individual as a passenger in that vehicle.
Yeah, it looks like they're under that on-ramp right now, so difficult to see exactly what's happening. We saw at least 2 police officers, I think, follow the suspect under that bush or tree and then under that on-ramp. And here are the officers here. No suspect in sight, at least not yet. And so I'm wondering, Scott, if maybe he made his way under the freeway entirely?
It's very possible, John. It looks like they're running, so it looks like they know where the suspect is. So it appears they're either running to help an officer who needs assistance, or they saw that the suspect doubled back, because here's the 2 officers down, push right in right there, that were in the bushes. Okay, they're just trying to get to them to try and figure out where to go. So they ran back to those 2 officers to find out where the suspect was, and it looks like now they're going to head back. It's down in these bushes somewhere. You see the LAPD helicopter with their night sun, with their big light. They're shining that down into that area right there. So somewhere right underneath the 101 freeway, that is, I believe, the Melrose on-ramp or Vermont on-ramp to the 101 South that is going to be blocked there for a while. There's a truck yard here. I'm not certain exactly what that was, but the suspect is in this vicinity. You know, at least for now, it's not really affecting the freeway. But boy, is that the suspect? There he goes.
that looks like
He
him.
ran across the freeway. You could tell he's exhausted now. Off of the 101 freeway at Melrose, that would have been the the northbound side. The southbound Vermont off-ramp was shut down. And if they can get a patrol car in there quickly and some more officers, they're going to run him down pretty fast because he looked pretty exhausted there.
Yeah, he sure did. And I have to say it was a relief when we first saw those officers.
Okay, he's taking his jacket off.
The jacket.
I think he's a Dodger
Yeah,
fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we always hate to see
So-
these suspects run across the freeway because that's so dangerous. But in those desperate attempts, there he is. Like you said, Scott, he's clearly exhausted from the chase. I don't think it should be too hard for police to apprehend him once they make it over there.
Yeah, and they will. Pull out of your shot just a little bit for me, get a little perspective on exactly where they're at. So this is a neighborhood. You always worry about that when a suspect like this is desperate. He's walking towards the backyards of some of those homes. It does look like the suspect stopped at that palm tree right there. We didn't see him come out on either side, and the LAPD has the night sun on. There he goes. So he took a little rest, and now he thinks he's still going to try and get away, but it doesn't appear that that's going to be possible. They're going to swarm this area pretty fast. There's no real way to hide under the trees, and then the worst thing that can happen for that suspect is they bring the canine in. And then at that point in time, if they have to let the dog go, then he's going to get mauled. But they can take him into custody that way if he gets into a situation where he's hiding and they think that's the best way to do it. Can you open up a little bit? I want to see if we have more officers coming to that cul-de-sac. And yeah, already officers are there. So, boy, they really swarmed this area quickly with dozens of police officers and patrol cars. And now we have the suspect. Is that him right there? Did I see him just pop out for a moment? It looks like right under that tree. So it looks like he knows the LAPD officers are on that cul-de-sac on that street, so he can't go that way. And the suspect's just going to run out of options here in a minute.
Yeah, it's been a chaotic couple of minutes ever since he jumped out of that car. It's been just seeing officers going all over the place trying to chase after this guy. And Scott, I mean, speaking of chaos on the freeway, I guess our producers are saying we have video from when that first went down, when he actually clipped a car on the freeway.
Yeah, that's what we believe, Tony. Don't want to say that for certain, but what you're looking at video right there is he sort of went off it, and by that time the video is right there on the off-ramp. The second vehicle that we believe clipped that car had already broken off, but there was a time on the freeway where you had another white sedan chasing the suspect vehicle, and we believe that the suspect had hit that car, and then they were like, hey, you're trying to get away, man. You just hit and run. I need your information, that type of thing. And that's just speculation, right? But that's what appeared to happen to us.
Yeah, and
Got
now
a bicycle, it looks like.
Yeah, and now he is on foot in that neighborhood.
I think they have him.
Yeah, if we can pull out to perfect.
Okay, there we are.
Yeah. Okay, he is in custody.
In custody.
Yeah, so, we got away with a situation where nobody got hurt because this was one of those extremely dangerous pursuits. Somebody could have got hurt or killed real easily with the way the suspect was driving.
Okay, Scott, good to see this ended without any serious injuries. The suspect now in custody, and we'll be checking back to get more details if there was another person in that vehicle. A lot of questions still as police conduct their investigation. Happening now, a federal government shutdown's underway because lawmakers can't agree on a funding plan. And we have some live pictures from the Capitol. Republican and Democratic plans to fund the government both failed yesterday in the Senate, forcing the closure. This means essential employees must work without pay, and close to 750,000 workers now face furloughs.
For you and me, this